This is the Carty Method podcast.
Here's what they don't tell you about pro photography. You've seen the dreamy landscape photos, the beautiful portraits, the magazine covers, the travel shots from photographers living what looks like a dream life. But here's the part that they don't show you on Instagram. Sadly, professional photography is not for everyone. Now, I promise you, this isn't about me gatekeeping. This is about me saving you from burnout, from debt, and from career regret. I've been a professional photographer for 35 years, okay? I've shot celebrities, I've shot magazine covers, I've shot campaigns for some of the biggest brands in the world. But I've also seen talented photographers quit within their first 18 months. And it's not because they weren't good enough, but because they never got the full picture of what this life actually looks like. So today I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break down the realities. I'm going to break down the myths and 5 brutally honest reasons why you might want to keep photography as a passion instead of turning it into a profession. So I had a struggling photography business that was barely holding on. I had been a pro for decades, but the industry changes fast, and I was terrible at outreach and getting new clients. I tried to show up on social media, but when it didn't pay off fast enough, I wasn't consistent. I thought I was working hard. Every day I did something for my photography business, but none of it moved the needle. It was all just busy work. Of course, I was coaching my assistants in person, showing them the photography side of what I was doing, but it always took 2 full years to really get them moving, and I couldn't give them business help. My own photography business needed help. And then COVID hit and shut all of that down. Suddenly, I had nothing but time to think, and that's when it hit me. I didn't need more distraction. I didn't need to keep myself busy. I needed real guidance. So I hired a business coach and a creative coach. I read books. I studied successful photographers, and I was paying attention to how they built their businesses, not just the pictures that they made, but the strategies behind the scenes. I started applying those lessons piece by piece. Slowly, my business turned around. My assignments started getting better. My clients started getting bigger, and I started building systems that actually worked. Then I asked myself, could I take this same system and use it to help photographers that I've never met from all over the world over the internet? So I tested it. I tested it with 20 photographers, then another 20. The results, incredible. They went from lost and inconsistent to landing clients and making money with their camera. And they were doing it in 3 to 6 months. So now I have over 150 photographers inside my accelerator and my portfolio lab system, and over 1,000 people using my programs on their own. Every time I learn something new that works, I teach it to them the very next week and show them how to apply it to their businesses. It works. Like-minded photographers from all over the world, all on the same mission. That's what the Carty Method is. So by the way, I'm glad we found each other. We're all in this industry together, and I'm here to help you. So understand this. Photography, pro photography, is not for everyone. So today I'm going to help you determine whether it's for you. So first off, what they don't tell you about pro photography. What they don't tell you about pro photography is a lot. They don't tell you about the hours. They don't tell you about the time in between making money. And no one tells you how to make money. Nobody's telling you how to make money. It's why it's so hard to find photography business help on YouTube, because the photographers, most of them on YouTube, don't know the business side of it. They just know the picture making side of it. So if you ask, they're going to kind of duck those questions. So because I've been a pro photographer for 35 years, I know the real. I know the stuff because I'm doing it. I'm making the pictures that go in magazines. I'm making the pictures that go in campaigns. I'm shooting celebrities, and like, this is the glamorous side. This is the side that's front facing, the sexy stuff, like the beautiful people in beautiful locations wearing beautiful clothes. This is the sexy stuff. But today we're going to dive into the stuff that people don't talk about. And it's really hard to get this kind of information. So there's almost too much to get into about what people don't tell you about pro photography. So I want to get into 5 very important reasons why pro photography might not be for you. Okay? And again, these reasons, and I want you to be honest with yourself, because people have the dream. The dream is to be a pro photographer. Like, they have their dream. Oops. They have their dream. That's a horrible D. And then they have the problems that are limiting them from reaching that dream. And there's always usually a list of problems. And one of those, the major one, is not knowing the industry, not understanding the industry, and not knowing how to make work that gets work. So there's 5 reasons why pro photography might not be for you. And I'm going to get into them. Reason number one that pro photography might not be for you is because you crave stability and you crave predictability. Okay? Those 2 things. If you thrive in structure, if you thrive in 9 to 5 life, if you thrive in steady paychecks, if you thrive in clear job descriptions, professional photography is going to feel like chaos. Okay? There's no boss to assign your hours. There's no payroll department to cut you checks every 2 weeks. Your income, it's going to fluctuate. Your income's going to go up and down. Your schedule is going to shift with every single client. Some months you're going to feel rich, while others you're going to be scrambling. And if you hate chasing invoices, trying to get people to pay you, dealing with last minute changes, or being responsible for your own marketing, this career is going to wear you down. This business isn't built for employees. Okay, this business is built for entrepreneurs. So, reason number 2. How did that get so small all of a sudden? That's interesting. So, reason number 2. Oh, that's why I went into the wrong screen share. There we go. So, reason number 2. You're not willing to commit to 3 to 5 years. You're not willing to commit to 3 to 5 years. You're just not. Because, you know why? Because social media has poisoned people's expectations. They see someone shooting a luxury wedding or high-end portraits, and they think, I could do that. But they don't see the 5 years of free shoots, the weekend gigs, the being a second shooter for years, the portfolio building, the SEO tweaking, the rejections, the gear investments, and the no profit years that led there. So if you're looking for fast cash, photography isn't it. Okay? If you can't commit to a multi-year climb, save yourself the pain now, because I promise you, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon, and it's hilly. Okay? It's hilly. Welcome, Devon Shu. I'm glad you're here all the way from India. Photography is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not what we're trying to do here at all. Okay? So, reason number three. Reason number three that photography might not be for you. Pro photography. You struggle with self-discipline. You struggle with self-discipline. If this is you, this is not going to be easy for you, because no one's going to force you to follow up with your leads. No one's going to edit your backlog. No one else is responding to emails at 9 a.m. There is actually zero accountability unless you create it. Working for yourself, oh my God, it sounds so amazing until you realize you've spent 2 weeks procrastinating on your own business. So know this, pro photographers are their own marketing team, customer service department, accounting office, IT tech support, content production studio, and like retouching studio, it's like, and so much more. If you're not organized, if you're not hungry, and if you're not committed to structure, your dream job will quickly become your absolute worst nightmare. Reason number 4, okay? This is another reason that pro photography might not be for you. You resist change, okay? You resist change, and you're not really a fan of actually learning new things. Like, you say that you like learning new things, but you actually don't. So understand this. This industry evolves like a rushing river. It evolves constantly. If you miss 6 months, not only will software changes, the industry changes, platforms change, trends change, your clients change. Photography today is about staying ahead of AI workflows, creating hybrid photo and video content, not just for yourself, but for your clients. Mastering social media branding. Social media is free, okay? It is free, and it's like the #1 place that people look for a photographer. But yet, photographers, oh, I hate social media. Like, mastering social media and mastering social media branding, and also constantly adapting not just your offers, but your pricing. My prices have increased consistently over the 35 years that I've been shooting. You don't get to coast on your craft. You just don't get to. You have to evolve your skill set, your tech stack, and your mindset. So if you still wish it was like the old days, this career is gonna pass you by like super fast. And number 5, this is a big one. This was really, really hard for me. Really hard for me. And that is, you can't handle financial feast-or-famine, because that's how it is when you're a professional photographer. Like, you're rich, then you're poor. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about money. Your income as a photographer, it's seasonal, sometimes inconsistent, and other times completely unpredictable. So you need to live on 60 to 70% of your income during busy months. You need to stash the rest and learn how to survive the slow months and build without panicking. And this is not the career for someone who needs steady income to sleep at night. Okay? You're going to have to save for taxes. You're going to have to budget for new gear and broken gear. You're going to have to delay lifestyle upgrades. You're going to have to be paying for not just house insurance, car insurance. You're going to have to be paying for equipment insurance, both actual equipment and also liability. You're going to have to register a corporation and learn everything that you need to know to run one. And you're going to have to explain to friends and family why you're not going on vacation during your busiest season. Okay? If you can't ride that roller coaster, don't buy the ticket. So let's get into some reality here. Beyond the dream, what is the job of a pro photographer? Pro photography. What is the job of a pro photographer? What does it actually look like? Okay, so let's be clear. My career, this job, this pro photography life of mine, it has some pretty amazing perks. No lie. I fly places because of my eyes and what I do with the camera and my ideas. I've flown all over the world. Like, you get to make pictures that move people. It's incredible. It's amazing. You get to meet amazing humans. I've met some of the most amazing, incredible people. I can't even believe that this is my life sometimes. And I get creative freedom that most jobs just can't offer. There's just no competing with what I do for a living. There's just not. But what you don't see on the highlight reel is the business side of it. You don't see how many emails I send out per week, the contracts and the proposals that I'm working on, the re-edits, the pressure of delivering for multiple clients consistently, the panic when you have payments coming out and the client doesn't pay on time. If you love making pictures, but you hate everything else that comes with it, you're going to grow to resent the very thing that once lit you up. And that's not fun. Let's talk about the grit factor. The grit factor is so important because the grit factor is what separates pros from hobbyists. So here's what it really takes to succeed. It takes resilience. Know this, you're gonna get rejected, okay? You're gonna get rejected a lot. You're gonna get ghosted a lot, but you still have to follow up, and you still have to wake up every morning and try to find other people that aren't gonna ghost you. It takes persistence, okay? It's just like going to the gym. You go to the gym and you work out, and what you have is pain, not results. You go again, more pain, no results visually. You go again, more, like, you have to do this for weeks before you start to see results. So, do you think professional photography is any different? You have to have persistence because you're not going to see results right away. You have to keep going. And also, problem solving. Something will always go wrong. Something will always go wrong. You have to adapt fast. It could be something on shoot day, could be your model, could be no-shows. You really, really have to adapt fast. And you have to regulate your emotions. Clients can be super demanding, so you can't also be flying off the cuff. You have to emotionally regulate yourself. You have to think about long-term thinking, like truly long-term thinking. Decisions aren't made for next week. They're made for next year. Okay? So understand that having the right gear or having an eye for photography It's not enough. It's about building a business, and building a business takes character, not just skill. It takes dedication, determination, and discipline. Discipline is doing things even if no one is seeing you do them. Doing things not for like pats on the back like you get when you make pictures. Doing things because behind the scenes, that's how your business keeps going. The stuff that isn't glamorous. So the grit factor is so huge and so important when it comes to professional photography. So, is this your calling or is this a side hustle? Which one are you? Truly, like, which one are you? Is this like, I don't care what Carty says. I'm doing this no matter what. Maybe he'll help me. So, or this isn't feeling very glamorous right now. Good. If that's the way that you feel, good, because this is an oversaturated market. And photographers who don't know how to market, gone. Like photographers who are amazing, amazing skills, amazing vision, but they're shy, gone. So you're just another one that's gone, which means makes it easier for me and the other killers that don't take no for an answer. You got to be a killer. Like, do you think a shark says, like, when a fish says, don't eat me, do you think a shark's like, okay, no, man, that's food. Move. You're getting eaten. So I want you to ask yourself these very important questions. These are the most important questions of today. Okay. Number one, would you still pursue photography if it took 5 years to become profitable? Okay. Would you? Ask yourself that. That's a dagger. This is like a kick in the knockers. Would you still pursue photography if it took 5 years to become profitable? Would you? It's a big, big, big question mark. You better put that through your ears 3 or 4 times. Okay. Next. Would you still pursue photography if you were being told no over and over and over again? Can you handle that? Can you handle being told like, nah, your style's not for me? Or people fence sitting and not closing? Like, I mean, this happens until you learn how to close. And I mean, I teach that in the Carty Method. Like, that's my obsession. It's my obsession. Like, truly, my obsession. So can you handle, ask yourself that, can I handle being told no over and over and over again? Do I have the resilience to be able to handle that? Am I okay with working nights, weekends, holidays? Because that's what I do. I got a call saying like, hey, remember those videos you shot a couple weeks ago? I know you're super busy, but like, can we get them done? So that's what I did. I didn't do Friday night or Saturday night or Saturday afternoon. I worked and I pumped out like 9 of these videos for my client. And then I have another client that I'm in the middle of like literally a $120,000 project. Okay. So that guy, I'm making sure he's happy. So I'm getting him extra stuff to make it so his life's easier. So for me personally, I'm okay working nights. I'm okay working weekends, holidays, don't mind at all. Because for me, it moves the needle and it moves my client's needle, which makes them money, which inevitably makes me money. So I'm okay with that. Will I keep going even when the business is slow? Not business, when the industry goes up and down. Like, can I keep working? And what am I doing? And how, like, again, this looking at this, it's like I have the answers to all of these problems that photographers come up against. But again, it's like you either watch me on YouTube or you get into my system, you get like Portfolio Lab going, you try to get into my accelerator. Like if not, it's like, okay, cool. You just keep watching me. You know, I make money when you watch me, but it's like, it doesn't help you. It doesn't help you if you're just going to consume. And you feel good because I tell you the things that you want to hear. So it makes you feel good because you're like, yeah, I can act on that. I can act on it. But then you don't. So it's like, that's why 85% of photography businesses fail in their first 3 years. Like, I'm going to even say in their first 2. You know, so will I keep going even when business is slow? I mean, if you're doing something that's not working and just keep doing it and keep doing it, it's not working. That's why people quit, because they have egos. Smart people get help. They get help. I'm doing this, it's not working. Why? Can you help me? Then you get help, and then that thing, now that wasn't working, now it is working. And now you have it. Like, that's what smart people do. People who have egos, they just keep trying without any outside intervention, and then they quit. And then they start something else and do it all over again without any outside intervention, and then they quit. So, like, cool beans. Ask yourself, will I keep going even when business is slow? Like, can I enjoy photography? This is a very important one. Ask yourself this. Can I enjoy photography even when it's not fun or when it's not easy? My answer, you can't make photography not fun for me. You can't. It's photography. You can't make photography. But what if it's for a client? What if it's under pressure? What if people, it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's photography. It's my happy place. It's the language that I speak. So I can absolutely enjoy photography even when it's not fun or easy, because not fun or easy is my happy place. I used to like run away from things that weren't comfortable. Now I run towards things that aren't comfortable. So yeah, I just flipped my mindset. Running towards the uncomfortable, running away from your comfort zone, that's where your dreams live. That's where money is. So by the way, if you said yes to all 5 of these psycho questions, like, would you still pursue photography if it took 5 years to become profitable? You said, yep. Can I handle being told no over and over and over again? Yep. I'm okay with working nights, weekends, holidays. I got no issue with that. I got nothing else going on except for the rent. Let's make this work. Yep. And I'm going to keep going even when business is slow. Righto. That when business is slow, that's building time. Let's go. Let's build. Let's make it busy again. And can I enjoy photography even when it's not fun or easy? Absolutely. This is my happy place. This is what I was put on earth to do. So sorry, Charlie, you can't sway me with any one of those. But you watching at home, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. So if you said yes to all 5, photography might be your calling. It actually might be your calling. But if you hesitated, it's okay. It might be your passion, just not your profession. Okay? There's no shame in being a passionate amateur. There's no shame in being a passionate amateur and having security from your job and shooting flicks for fun. But there's a massive regret of becoming a pro photographer and being miserable because you have too much ego to ask for help and you're just failing and miserable and screaming at your partner. Like, that's not fun either. You know, there's a massive regret there, you know, and then you're going to hate photography because it's not working for you. You know what I mean? Because it's not working for you, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means you don't have the right information and you don't have the right help. So this is my honest advice. Truly, I only give honest advice. So I don't really know if I need to say my honest advice. I only give honest advice. But this is my honest advice to aspiring, new, emerging, hopeful photographers. If you haven't been turned off yet and clicked away, and you're still watching or you're still listening, you're probably somebody who needs to hear this. You probably are. You're probably somebody who needs to hear this. You absolutely can build a career in photography if you're willing to do the work that has nothing to do with making pictures. Okay? If you're willing to do the work that has nothing to do with making pictures, you absolutely can build a career in photography. But first, if you want this life, you need some things. Okay? You need some things. And the first things is systems. Okay? Systems for everything. You have to systemize things because you're going to be doing things over and over and over again. So if you don't have systems, you better learn some. I got lots of systems and I'm actually pretty good with sharing them. Ready to take your photography business to the next level? I've created 3 powerful tools designed to make an immediate impact on your workflow, your client outreach, and your daily habits. These resources will help you work smarter, grow faster, and feel more confident in building your career. You'll find links to all 3 under tools at thecartymethod.com. If you're struggling to find clients, my cold outreach master pack has everything that you need to land new business. It includes 18 proven email templates and a step-by-step guide for writing emails that get opened and generate real responses. If you're ready to take your client hunting strategy up a notch, this pack gives you clear, effective blueprints to start getting results. Consistency builds success. My professional photographer habit tracker is your daily accountability tracker. It helps you build the habits that matter most to running a successful photography business. Track your progress, set meaningful goals, and stay focused on what moves the needle. If you're serious about making steady progress, this tracker is a game changer. Shoots can get chaotic. Stay organized. My Ultimate Photographer's Call Sheet is your one-stop solution for planning and managing every detail of your shoots, from client communication and location info to equipment checklists and timelines. This tool helps you stay on top of it all. With my call sheet, you'll run your shoots like a seasoned pro, no matter how big or small the project. This is the call sheet that clients will remember forever. These tools are built for photographers who are serious about their craft and ready to streamline their businesses, connect with clients, and build professional habits that last. You can find them all under tools at thecartymethod.com. Let's start transforming your business today. So, as I was saying, systems for everything. And I've built systems. I've built systems to make shoots go smoothly. I've built systems for when you're doing a shoot to be able to maximize your profit afterwards with how many pictures the person orders. I've built systems for invoicing, systems for reaching out, systems for I just had to because my business was failing so brutally. So I'm going to say emphatically, I just played my call sheet and digital tools spot. The digital tools, just those 4 digital tools will change everything. You can start start winning right away. But again, many are called, but few are chosen. And I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make you drink. I can't make you do any of these things. All I can do is try to advise you on, if you want this life, I'm telling you, the reason that I put systems first is because they're so important. It's the reason why you get the same latte at McDonald's or the same latte at Starbucks and the same Big Mac at McDonald's that you do at in Toronto as Moscow and Bangladesh. You're if you go to Starbucks, you're going to get the same drink because they have a systems book. They have a systems book for making every single drink. Everything is systemized. Your name on the cup, all of that is part of their system. So if you want this life, you need photography systems. You need photography and business systems to make your life work. Because if you don't have them, this is an absolute shit show. Okay, so systems is the first thing that you need. The next thing you need is grit. And I don't know if you notice from me, but I have grit. I have that. And I wasn't born with it, but how do you make steel? Steel is not a natural element. Steel is made up of two different elements. I think it's iron and one other. But they have to mix them together, and they're forged, and then they superheat it, but then they put it into cold. And then they superheat it, and then they put it into cold. And then they superheat it, and they put it into cold again. And like they pound it, and like that forgery turns two materials into one, steel. And steel is what we need to be. Steel is unbendable, unbreakable, and steel takes grit. And if you don't have a thick skin, it's like this is going to be really hard on you, man. If you don't have the balls to get your photos reviewed, if you're not even going to let me look at your photos and say yay or nay, like, you don't have any grit. And this industry is going to eat you up and spit you out. It's like, too afraid to sign up for portfolio. I don't want someone looking at my work that way. It's like, listen, do you, brew? Like, all good, but you're not steel. You're not steel. You're aluminum. The industry is going to crush you from the pressure and like 3-point you. Seriously. So I don't worry about photographers like you. Unless you want my help. Then I obsess over photographers like you because you want to change. When you want to change, well, I'm all about it. But if you don't want to change, step out of the way. I can't help you. I got no time for you, in fact. So, grit. I have grit. I don't fuck around. Clearly, you can see I have grit. And my clients like that. They like it. They eat it up because I tell them the truth. That doesn't look good. That looks stupid. You don't look cool when you're talking like that. Let me reframe that for you so you don't look like an asshole. Oh my God, dude. Thank you so much. So I don't just let them tell me and dictate. That's like grade school. I don't let them dictate, even if they're paying me. And in fact, they pay me more because they don't dictate. I do. Grit. The next thing you need is strategy. Okay. If you don't have a strategy for what you're trying to do, like if you don't have a strategy for the what, the how, and if you don't know the why, then if you're not doing things that move the needle, why are you doing them? If you don't know how to do something, well, then you need to get help. If you don't know what to do, you need to get help. Like, it's simple. You get help. Like, this is what teachers are for. That's what coaches are for. Like, teams trying to win the Stanley Cup. Well, like, there's a coach and they're like, what do we do, coach? How do we make this play so we score a goal? Like, a team full of people all looking to one, and the coach has a group of advisors that he looks to in order to make sure that his shit is tight. Which is me. I have 4 coaches. And I'm your coach. So, strategy. And in fact, it goes so deep that strategy, there is a strategy to running this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll start at 0. There is a strategy. You set your stage. You figure this, why. You figure out your why. Why do you want to do this? You set your stage. Next, you align your work and a market for that work. So you align your work and your market. It's the next thing that you must do. Then you need to package that work for the market. Okay? Then you need to create value. And I put this attached to business because we are in the business of value. So value business. This is the next strategy. 4 is systems. The systems for running a photography business. Number 5 is hunting. You need to outward reach. If you're not outward reaching, nobody knows you exist. And 6 is mastery and integration. Learning how to work all 7 of these steps. It's actually once you set your stage, then you're ready for these 6 steps. This is strategy. This is how I teach photographers to go from making no money per month to making 10K per month, from making no money per year to making over $100,000 a year with strategy. Strategy is not a roadmap. Strategy pivots. If this, then that. If this happens, then this. If this, then that. So strategy is way different than a map, because if one of your waypoints moves, none of this works. So strategy is the next thing. If you want this life, you need a strategy. And consistency. Consistency. Do you understand that I post on YouTube? I'm live on YouTube 3 days a week. 3 days a week. Okay? So that's consistency. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Substack, I post 1 time per week. I do it every Saturday. I've done that for 153 weeks in a row. Haven't missed one. Okay? And again, if you had 3 people in a room, well, you're not going to show up because it's only 3 people? No, you show up for those people. That's character. And consistency shows your character and your quality as a human, as a person. I am a consistent person. What if you have kids? Are you just going to not feed them? Well, that's insane. Well, you have to have consistency to raise a child, but you think that you don't need consistency to raise a business, to grow a business? Like the Carty Method, the consistency with this and this channel and everything that I'm doing with like building out this business. The reason that it works is because of consistency. Whether you use me or not, I'm here 3 times a week. Whether you use me or not, I put out videos consistently to help you, both short and long. Like whether you use me or not, I'm here for the people who do need me. For the people who do need me. And it's like, well, how come you don't have 1 million subscribers? It's like, because there's not 1 million people who are dedicated as I am to this. There's not 1 million people that are killers. Like, so for me, I don't need 1 million people. I don't. I just want the right people subscribed to my channel. That's it. I don't want 1 million. I don't need them. I mean, if 1 million people come, the more the merrier. But I don't need 1 million subscribers. That doesn't, like, I'm a pro photographer. I'm doing this for community service. I'm helping. So, like, helping 1 person or helping 10, it all still feels good. So, consistency is mastery. Mastery is making money from your passion. That is true mastery. Making money from your photography. That's mastery. So I don't care if you've been shooting for 20 years or 30 years. If you haven't made a nickel, you have yet to master photography. So mastery is making money from your passion, and it cannot come without consistency. You can't win at anything. Don't go to work for a week. What happens? They fire you. Because why? You're not consistent. But you think that your photography business, it can't fire you. The only thing it can do is not work, not move forward, not perform. It doesn't fire you. It doesn't have the ability to. It'll just like here when you're like, it's not like here when you're ready for me. And it's like you just pick up your camera and instant, like you have 20 people calling, oh, take my picture here, take my money. It's like, no, dude, you're invisible. No one gives a shit about you unless you make them. So consistency is how you get there. And if you want this life, you need pro coaching and pro feedback. Okay. Like, why would you do it any other way? Like, why would you not try to work with somebody who's doing what you're trying to do? Why would you not get feedback from someone who's doing what you're trying to do? Why would you not? Well, because you're scared. Good. Step out of the way, because someone who's not scared is going to get that pro coaching and that pro feedback, and they're going to become a pro, because like does what like sees. Okay? So you can't just dive in to pro photography. You have to get prepared. Okay? You have to get prepared. If you're serious about turning your camera into a business, you got to check the link below for my free professional photographer's readiness scorecard. It's at thecartymethod.com. I'll show you exactly where you're strong, where you're stuck, and whether you're truly ready to do this full time. Go to thecartymethod.com to do my professional photographer's readiness scorecard. So, my question for you. Are you ready to go pro? If you've made it to the end of this podcast and you still believe you've got what it takes to go pro, I'm the absolute one to help you get there. Okay? There's nobody else. And I'm so confident that I'll give you your money back if I don't help you become a pro, if you do the work. If you do the work, you get results. But too many people say, I want to do this. And then they're like, yeah, it's a lot of work. It's like, you know what? That's why I did today's episode. You know, honestly, because so many people talk shit, man. Honestly, so many people talk shit. I've helped hundreds of photographers one-on-one and thousands more through the Carty Method turn their creative dreams into real, profitable careers. But here's the truth. At some time, at some point, you have to stop self-assessing and start actually building. Because I promise you, I appreciate you watching me on YouTube, but watching YouTube videos are only going to take you so far. Okay, go to thecartymethod.com, join the waiting list for my accelerator program. Like, that's big brain. Try to get into my accelerator program, because like those photographers that get in, those photographers become pro. That happens, the next round opens at the end of September. But if you don't want to wait until September, you can get my entire 6 phases and start implementing it today. Again, go to thecartymethod.com. The next move is yours. Okay, I can help you here by you watching me as much as you want to watch me. But if you want to build this career for real, if you actually want to build this career for real, you have to do more than just consume content.
This commercial-free live stream was brought to you by the members of this channel. If it wasn't for you, we'd have to fill up these live streams with ads that would just interrupt the flow. The members of this channel make commercial-free content during these live streams possible. Consider becoming a member for $5 a month today to gain access to secret live streams, live chats, and to show your support with that crown badge next to your name. Sharing is caring. If this content has brought you value today, share it, clip it, post it to your socials. Curating and sharing helpful content makes you an expert, even if the content you're sharing isn't yours. Be a curator and share this content with your network. If you're an emerging or struggling photographer that's trying to break free from your current 9-to-5 grind and transition to the life of a working pro photographer, that's our obsession here at the Carty Method. Register, get the support you need. If you're alone and struggling at this craft, make sure you join the Carty Method community. You'll always find help in the show notes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Find your creative and business genius with the Carty Method.